All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors as Apostle Great Millstone, who told me truth and rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation. I come out there, scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth, that's serving the truth out of sincerity. So I say Shalom. This is Brandon Bali, come to another video in the spirit. And the top of this video is going to be about the not event, but the situation that happened, at his name is Marvin Winans. He's a pastor. His church is called Perfecting Church. It's funny, because my uncle used to go to that church years ago. It's based out of Michigan. He's a very well-known pastor. He's been in Tyler Perry movies. Tyler Perry goes to his church. I think other celebrity or somebody else goes to their church. But he's a well-known pastor. His family's well-known. It's called the Winans family. So they're a very well-known, group of people. So the situation that happened this week was, how these churches is, about their tithes. It's all about money with them. So this lady came up and brought her tithes. She brought $1,000 and an additional $200, and he rebuked her for it. He rebuked her for for bringing that, because he said apparently it was supposed to be bringing 1,000 and another 1,000, but another video resurfaced showing him saying that, if you got 1,000 and another 1,000, bring that. But also, if you have 1,000 and say you just have 1,200, bring that as well. So he kind of like contradicted himself. Now I don't know if he was calling groups of people up, because he tried to go back and fix it. He was saying that he was calling groups of people up, by what they were given. So either she went with the wrong group or whatever. But the moral of the story is, the woman still was giving you $1,200. Regardless if it was with the right group or not. And for him to rebuke her and call her out in front of the congregation like that, it just wasn't right. And then what do you need that much money for anyway? That shows you how greedy they are. Because he said, I said 1,000 plus 1,000. This lady just gave you $200. That's more than what people make on a weekly basis, man. She just gave you a check, and you out here rebuking her for it. But that just shows you, the spirit that's in these churches, and it's all about money. It's all about money with these churches, man. We know that these churches are sold out. They are part of that 501c3, So they have certain things they have to teach, and there's no truth in these churches whatsoever. They're pushing a whole different doctrine that's not according to the scriptures, man. So I'm gonna grab this. This is 1 Peter 5:2. It says, "Feed the flock of Yahweh which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but ready of mind." And I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna see what it says in the NLT. 1 Peter 5:2. It says, "Care for the flock that Yahweh has entrusted you. Watch over it willingly, not grudgingly, not for what you will get out of it, but because you are eager to serve God." Yeah, and these people are not eager to serve, man. They're eager to serve their own selves, man. It says not for what you will get out of it. They do this. They open up these churches and so-called trying to preach the word of God or whatever, how they say, for reward on this side, which is that reward from basically preaching a lie, preaching a lie to the people, making them to feel a certain type of way so they can give you their money. That's the whole game with these churches, man. To go there to give you this false dream. And what's the false dream? If you pay your tithes, you'll get a blessing, and you keep paying your tithes, you have a chance of making it to heaven. And that's not what it says. That's not what the scriptures say, man. You have to serve Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. How do you serve Yahweh by Shem Yahushua? by doing what the Lord has commanded us to do. And what does the Lord command us to do? To preach the word correctly, to push this word, man, and to rehearse the righteous acts, not to give money. That's not what this thing is about. The scriptures say, let me come over here. This is Matthew 10. This is when Yahushua, he was sending the 12 out. This is Matthew 10 and 8. It says, I'm gonna start at 6. It says, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as ye go preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely have ye received, freely give. Yeah. The disciples, they freely received, the truth, the word from Yahushua. Yahushua picked them, and they followed him. And he, what was he doing? As he was speaking to people in parables, he told them what the parables meant. He didn't charge them. And then when Yahushua was out here preaching, he wasn't charging people. But mainly with the disciples, he didn't charge them. He gave it to them freely. And then what? He gave them the power to do just that. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, the same thing he was able to do. He said, so freely have I done these things to you, freely do to others, man. And that's what we're supposed to do. And that's what we do. The true men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the true men of the Lord. When we go out there on the highways and byways, man. We're easy accessible. And then when we do our videos on the YouTube, we don't have no paid promotions. We're not charging you no money to get this. We're giving it to you freely because that's what we're supposed to do. So that's how you show that in these churches, there's no truth in these churches, man. But and mainly in these churches, what do you see? You see women, man. You see women in them churches, man, because women have this mindset of they go out here throughout the week doing whatever the hell they doing, and they're thinking just because they go to church on a Sunday that all is forgiven. And then they go in these churches wearing these revealing or fitting clothes for what? To get a man to look at them, man. Nothing but madness happen in these churches, man. That's why in this ministry, from our apostles made a decree that no woman, in the ministry. To be around brothers, not when we out there doing the work, or when brothers link up, because it nothing good gonna come from that. So when that's why in these churches, where you be having adultery be happening in these churches. Pastor messing with another man's woman. Just madness. I'm gonna grab this. This is John 2 and 13. It says, and that the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Yahushua went up to Jerusalem, and found in the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves and the changers of money sitting. And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables. And he said unto them that sold doves, Take these things hence, make not my father's house and house of merchandise. Yeah, and you can see this is talking about when the time of the Passover, when they was in the temple, trying to sell and charge stuff for the temple. And that's not the time you're supposed to be doing that during the time of the Passover. You're supposed to be preparing for the Passover. So Yahushua was pissed off, and he got with Jake. And then what's the point? Not making the father's a house of merchandise, and you see that going on with a lot of Israelites that's in this thing, man, making this thing about merchandise. But that's especially what the churches do, man. They try to benefit off the so-called word of God. That's what they do, and you're not supposed to do that. We pay our tithes to the apostles, what? Because they labored, man. They labored, they've done the work. So we respect them and pay our tithes to them. But far as they don't charge us for this truth. They don't charge us for breakdowns. They don't charge us for Hebrew names, man. They don't charge us for a lot of this madness that you hear going on, man. So that's why the Lord is about to cause all these things to cease. Because while in these churches you out here paying $1,200 for tithes, what you gonna do when all hell break loose? You paying all your money, talking about you gonna get a blessing. What blessing you gonna get? Is the pastor, and when it come down to it, if you go to the pastor to help, he's gonna help you in this time of need? No. The times we're coming into is gonna be every man for themselves. And y'all keep giving these money to these pastors, man, and you're not gonna receive nothing for it, and you're gonna be out here assed out. Let me grab this. This is 1 Timothy 6:10. It says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." Yeah, they love money. And the love of money was the root of all evil. It causes you to do bad and wicked things. It allows you to show your true colors, man. And it says they err from the faith. These people have completely erred from the faith. They never was in this thing. But they completely going a whole nother way to what? To continue to keep chasing that bag, man. And who's the main person behind this? Esau, man. Esau has done this to Jake, man. Put on his religion, and Jake then took it and ran with it. And they see they can benefit with it, and they just continue to do so. Now, there's no excuse not about the truth. The truth is out here. But no, they're going to continue to go down the way they want to because of what? Because of that money. But soon that money is not going to mean nothing to you. Y'all think because y'all heaping up all this money to yourselves that y'all going to be on the same type of level. You're not going to be on no type of level. When E is showing his orange, when E really rose, he don't care about your money. He's looking at the outer appearance, and you're still a Jake, man. You're still a so-called black person. So that money's not going to deliver you from anything, man. Only way you're going to be able to sustain in Esau's world is what? If you truly conform to him by what? Taking that MOTB. And if you don't do that, then what's going to happen? You're going to be at the bottom like the rest of everybody else. These are the times that we're entering in, man. So you're out here basically selling yourself out and selling people out just for this money. That's not about to mean nothing. And very soon, we see what's happening. So I'm gonna grab this. This is Acts 7. And 48. It says, "Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temple made with man's hands, as said the prophet. Heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. What house will you build me, said the Lord, or what is the place of my rest?" Yeah, and these churches love to say that. Say that you have to come to the church. You have to come where the Spirit of the Lord is. The Spirit of the Lord is not in them churches, man. He don't dwell in buildings made with man's hands. The Spirit of the Lord is where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name. They not are 2 or 3 gathered in his name? No. When we out there in the highways and byways, that's considered an altar, man. That's where the Spirit of the Lord is, where the truth is, where his true prophets are. That's where the Lord is dwelling at. He's not dwelling in none of these synagogues, man. So moral story is y'all gonna pay for this. Y'all gonna pay for all this you've been doing for all this time, man. And y'all think that this money that y'all been heaping upon yourselves is gonna be y'all salvation. It is not. The scriptures say riches profit not in the day of wrath. All these riches that y'all have, the connections y'all think y'all made is not gonna mean nothing in the times we're coming into. So I'm gonna grab this. It's Isaiah 8:20. It says, "To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there is no light in them." And they're not speaking according to the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That means there's no light in them. The Lord is not dealing with them. The Lord is not dealing with these churches. The Lord is not dealing with Pastor Wine. He's not dealing with T.D. Jakes. None of these pastors, the Lord is not dealing with them. Because what are they talking about? They be talking about manifestation and all this other stuff, man. They try to tell you what to do to get out of your situation when they not even in your situation. They never been in your situation. They sold out. They preaching a lie, man. But our people love to say it, see it, and have it, like it says in the scriptures in Isaiah 30. They want to be prophesied smooth things, prophesied to cease, and that's what these churches, these pastors, and these false prophet Israelites are set up for, to prophesy these lies and deceits to you, and for you to eat it up. Someone has to play these roles. So that's the role that majority of Jake playing. We just glad that we're not in it. And Yahweh Tzah, the Lord, keep us in the right spirit. So that's pretty much it. I ain't gonna make this too long. So yeah, man, the Lord is not dealing with these churches, and it's all about money with these churches. So the best thing for y'all that's in these churches to do, which y'all not gonna do, you know, because y'all know the Israelites are. You had the IUIC that just blitzed on that church down there, and that got out there. So y'all know who the Israelites are. But y'all allowing these other Israelite camps to taint y'all judgment, which is all through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because the ones who are meant to get it and understand it and receive it is the elect. But hey, man, so in the meanwhile, they just gonna keep getting over you. And also the woman, she said that he didn't rebuke her, he didn't call her out, that he gave specific instructions, and she gonna continue to go to church and all that, man. And then a lot of people was coming and telling me, man, I would have left the church, or I would have took my money back, this, that, and the third. That just showed what the scriptures say. Deprived her of wisdom apart, not her understanding. If that wasn't a clear example of what that man is truly about, then I don't know what to tell you, man. So that's pretty much it. Lord, when this video is edifying, I'm going to close up again. Our praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash. Shalom.